G'day guys, it's Calvin from the Car Tune Company in New Zealand. Sun's just going down here. It's quite lovely. It's pretty patterns in the sky behind me there. Birds are making a bit of noise in the hedge at the neighbours. And I'm sitting by my test LS430. Kind of old, kind of rough around the edges LS430. But it's perfect for me as a test car. It's actually got a cam-out sticker there. It was done in 2010, about 135 k's. Big 3UZ, of course. Now this is a UCF 30. Oh dear, what are you doing? You're not a proper dog, okay? Seats are a bit mangled. It's got a bit of a bumper hanging off. Not pretty. She's not pretty. Tyres, I think the back tyre, I was driving it and the tread fell off it. There's tread peeling off this tyre, so it needs some tyres. But that's all the normal stuff that's needed on these sort of cars, especially when you get them pretty cheap. I was going to pull the engine out of it. Look, do not sit in the Lexus. Looking at the shifter, we pretty quickly can see it's the 5-speed model. There's a couple of things on this one that you pick up on as soon as I turn the key on. First one is there's a horrible winding noise. Okay, you can stop now. Hurry up. That's enough. So at a guess, the gears in the left hand side rear vision mirror have stripped. I've already got more. I'm pricking, that's what's the issue's going to be. These ones are out of Taiwan. It was the most effective way to get some gears, so we'll be doing that. And then I start it, and it sounds like this. Yeah. So some guys might think that sounds really cool, but when you're driving it, it's actually got the exhaust cut off like just behind the driver's seat, and it resonates and rattles and shakes and is horrible, and it's slow. It is a absolute slow piece of crap. Done to 225 k's ish now, so not far away from needing another cam belt, so we'll probably do that. But we need to work out, of course, while it's slow as well, so I'll be working on that. My guess is the AVIS isn't working. I actually wonder if I can check it just now. So it's down here. There's a flap and it needs to move. It's in the up position at the moment. I'll start it and see what it does. Well, it hasn't moved. Oh, shut up, where am I? So straight away I know the AVIS isn't working, so that's an issue. But today what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to use it to test an ECU. I had a young guy, had a couple of ECUs turn up, and one guy, he wanted a pops and bangs, a crackle tune. And the great thing about crackle tunes is every time I mention them, and I do a video on them, there's always these guys that think that crackle tunes are horrible, and hey, I might not be a fan of them, but controversy always makes those videos go better. So hey, just a little hint, if you don't like crackle tunes, if you don't like something on the internet, don't comment, because every time you comment, more people will see it. Anyway, this young guy wanted a crackle tune on his 6-speed, but he actually messaged me and said, hey, where's the ECU? He couldn't find it. So I thought I would introduce this old girl, and we'll be doing videos on it. If you're in the LS430, if you've got an LS430, and there's some videos that you think might be practical, give me a yell and we'll do them. But let's get this ECU out. Let's put this reflashed ECU in. Okay, so the ECU is located left-hand front of the engine bay. It's in that box there, but it's hidden underneath this cover here. Now, all 3 UZs are in the left-hand front of the engine bay. All of them. Every model that I know of. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to pop these clips out. So the clip over there has got a Phillips screw on it, so I've unscrewed that, and these ones are just pop a screwdriver on it, pop them out, and then off comes this cover. That will allow us to see this fuse box, relay box. It's relays and fuses. There we go. So that's the master one. It's like your alternator fuses in there. We're not going to see it today, but there's actually writing on the inside of what they are. There's the starter relay, fans, the alternator's a 140 amp, so they're all in that box there. This unit here is your fuel pump resistor, the second resistor. So you won't find that on your Crowns and GS430s. Now that's a LS430 Celsius setup. They have different fuel pump controls. Okay, and then we've got this box here. Can we see it? That one, yeah. So I've got the little socket set. And just undoing these 10mm nuts. Well, they're not nuts, are they? They're bolts. Now, of course, most guys are clever enough to understand that I'm using the 10mm headed socket to remove them, and they're actually M6 bolt. It's actually really interesting. This vehicle is a lot slower than my LS400 VVTi. And so much so, yeah, like once it gets up in the revs it goes well, but down low it just really lacks that torque, which really pointed me towards the AVIS. It was, to me, it was like the totally obvious solution, and a quick test proves it. Right, I've then got these two 10mm headed nuts that hold the ECU bracket in, and that should allow that ECU to come loose. And they sometimes can be a little bit firm, and I'm going to unplug it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to unplug from this end. I haven't disconnected the battery. I very rarely do I disconnect the battery when removing ECUs, but I make sure the battery power, so the plug with the battery power, comes out first. These are ones that got the earths in them, and hopefully this ECU will just slip out. There we go. 89661 50620. That's a LS430 ECU. And in is going this one, which is Nathan's, and it's a 50590, which is actually a Celsius ECU. Now, they are security coded to the cars. This one has had the immobilizer removed. That one has been reflashed with immo removed. Now let's just fire it up, check it works. it. It's a runner. So this ECU, it's had improved throttle response, improved mapping for timing and fueling, improved transmission shifts, and the immobilizer deleted. No pops and bangs, no crackles. It's actually the computer's going into a Mazda Ute that the man's actually, he does races stock cars here in New Zealand. He's got a super stock. Got some gorgeous stuff happening with his engine, really gorgeous stuff. Now all the immobilizer stuff is actually still in that car. So we've deleted the immobilizer out of the ECU. So that ECU will actually fit any LS430 now. No problem, just plug it in, it will start and run. And that's really handy for me when I'm doing testing. I try to keep an ECU hanging around for that very reason. So I hope that helps those guys wanting to find their ECUs. And as I said, if you're driving an LS430, you want me to do some videos, AVIS is already on the list, which is intake manifold off, probably bang a starter in at the same time, and there'll be some tune-up, probably be a cambout job on this one because that's due in the next 10,000 Ks. I am going to get an exhaust slammed onto it. I'm going to get some tyres to make it legal. And I am going to do that door mirror, so those ones are already allocated to be done. So any other videos you want done that I might be able to fit in, let me know. And hope that's been helpful. We'll talk to you again soon. Catch you later.